I thought that you guys might enjoy seeing our backyard and our flower garden that we're enjoying this year. I'm gonna flip the camera around and just do a quick little walkthrough. So you can see the church over there in our gate, and this is a tree that we put in. It was in just a little pot when we put it in. We call it our Oklahoma tree. I don't remember what it's really called. I don't often remember the names of plants. But then we also put in this little lilac tree over here. We put that in just this summer, and it's already growing nicely. On the side of the garage, you can see a big screen. That's because we have a movie tonight, an outdoor movie night that we're gonna have people come to watch the movie for the church. This little tree was already here when we moved in, and it's nice and healthy and happy. And as we go along, you'll notice ivy all along the fence. Linda really enjoys the ivy, and so we train it to stay up on the fence. Now, I don't know the names of a lot of these plants, but this is some hostas, and these begonias that you see here, we've got quite a few in pots, but there's a couple that we tried putting in the ground, and these begonias are still ones that grandmother had. You know, John has some of these. He gave us some, and they just really grow in the pots, and Linda keeps splitting them and putting them in different pots. So we tried putting some outside this year, so her legacy of begonias is still going strong. We just put these pretty flowers in the ground this past week. Some kind of daisy, I guess, and they're perennials, so they'll come back. More hostas and some ferns in the back. Our little elephant, our solar elephant, it's got a solar thing on it so he can glow at night after the sun goes down. And some Shasta daisies, we just put those in this week as well. They don't look real happy right now, but they're healthy, and they're going to do well, and they'll come back next year. Put a couple of these marigolds in this week. They're just annuals, but they're filling in space nicely, and they're pretty orange color. And some more ferns. Another big hosta. We have to keep cutting this one back because it's so big, and it's just ready to bloom and show its stuff here. And this one we call our lamb's ear plant. Maybe that's what they're really called. That's definitely what Linda calls it. And it's grown so much the past few years, and it keeps coming back. And our little spinner that Linda put in the ground this week for patriotic stuff, and another hosta. And these we're really enjoying this year, these lilies. They've never bloomed like this before. You can see some of them are red, some of them are orange, and they are really coming in so nice. I don't know just what kind of lily that is, but they're in full force right now. More hostas. And then this pretty flower. It looks like another kind of daisy or aster or something that we put in this week. Nice orange sherbet color, and it's also a perennial, so it's going to come back. And you can see more of this ivy that we trained to go along our fence. And a big fern, and that takes us to the corner. All my supplies up there, and back over here, I forgot what this plant is called, but it's really coming in nicely this year. We're so happy the way our plants are doing this year. That's a perennial. Butterfly bush there is, there's another one over on the other side. We cut it way back every year so it doesn't get too huge, but it always comes back nice and strong. It gives us butterflies later in the summer. We call these monkey grass. When we first moved here, I don't know what it really is called, but maybe it's called monkey grass, but they're very aggressive. That's all that's left now, but they had taken over. You couldn't even tell there was a sidewalk here. And a couple years ago, I dug up all those bricks and made this sidewalk with the bricks that we found under the ground. But that monkey grass was all over here, and it was taking over this bed. This grass was all covered. You couldn't even tell what this area was. So you can see we've defined it a lot since then. There's my little tractor. That's what I use for sprinkling. You know, it runs along the hose so you can get everything in one swoop. Another perennial that we put in. It doesn't bloom until, well, it started not long ago. I guess it's still pretty early in the summer, but it's the blooms aren't at their height right now, but they're pretty, and I enjoy those because they're kind of delicate looking. And Linda likes to grow her succulents. There's some back here that are being taken over by the lilies that I'm about to show you. So she's moving them out here closer to the edge so that you can see them better. I'm not sure what this is. I think that's a perennial that we put in last year. And these daylilies are really in. It's still early in the morning now, so they're not open, but they're just really pretty. You know, they open up a little bit later in the morning. And another butterfly bush back there. And this little guy, we put that in. It's a perennial. We put it in at the same time as this one, and they were the same size. For some reason, that one has grown a lot, and this one is still small. It hasn't bloomed yet this year. It may just be because of where it is, the depth of the soil or something, or the amount of sunlight it gets. I don't know. Another hosta. And this is another plant that we put in, another perennial. These purple flowers. They're really pretty. They're like poofy when they bloom. You can see that, the poofy. I don't know what they're called, but they're really pretty, and you can see there's a lot of buds, so it's going to bloom some more. And this is a lavender plant. It has really taken off this year. We've had it for a couple of years now, and of course lavender comes back each year. It smells really good when they're blooming, but we thought it was going to stay fairly small, and you can see it's like taking over our stairway almost. We really like the lavender. These are all annuals. We're going to do something perennial in this garden probably for next year. But these are just, what are they called? I don't remember. You probably know what they're called. And this plant, we put this in maybe 2, maybe 3 years ago. And it's spreading, but slowly. And you know, you can see we've got the circular rocks around it. And it's kind of a bush type of a thing. And more annuals. And then the last thing over in the corner, we've got irises that, of course, they're finished for the year now. We're talking about moving those entirely and ending the bed right about in here and just filling this in with flowers here, moving the zinnias maybe, the irises over here, not sure. But anyway, that's the backyard that we're enjoying this summer, and thought we would love to share it with you. So have a good day. Love you. Bye-bye. Thought I should add a little piece showing our little tractor sprinkler working. It moves nice and slowly all the way to the end of it follows the hose, you can see here, and then I put the little stopper on it right there at the end. You can see the little green thing in the grass. That makes it automatically stop. So it's kind of fun. I told Linda watching the sprinkler go is kind of like watching a fire. I can just stand and stare at it while it moves, and I can hear the water. So, okay, that's it.